Okay, third graders. The theme this week for math has really been reviewing a lot of concepts that you've learned throughout the year. So, some things that maybe you haven't touched on in several months or seen. And of course, today we're going to continue with that. Set up here in Google Slides are just some activities that are going to review some of those math concepts. I want to walk you through what you'll see on each slide because there's some activities where you have to drag things or move some things around just so you're familiar with that. And then once the video is done, then you can get started on the practice on your own. All right, so on the first page, you're going to write the value and the place of the underlying digit, and you can use this word bank to help you. So these words, they don't move. You'll just have to type in your answer in these boxes. So you'll type in the place here, and the place will come from the word bank. And the value, you'll look at the underlying digit in each number, and then you'll write what value that is. So the first one's done for you as an example. So the 7 is in the hundreds place, and so its value would be 700. You replace those digits on this side with zeros. Okay? All right, and when you click over to the next slide, you are going to decide if each statement is true or false. So you'll have to solve each problem over here, and if it is true, it's a true answer. You'll drag it, the whole problem, over to the true part, and if it's not true, you'll put it under false. Also, if you do forget some of the things I'm going over under the comments here, there are some extra directions for you to help. All right, moving right along to equal groups. You're going to drag the triangles to the groups and find out the product to the problem below. So we're just going to model multiplication here. So you'll take these triangles, and there are 3 circles. So that's where the 3 comes from. So then you have to decide how many triangles are going to go into each circle to show that multiplication. So you might look at 3 times 9 and say that, oh, I know that answer right away off the top of your head, but we want to see that you can model that out as well. All right, I'm going to move these triangles back here. Okay. Similar to the previous slide, you're going to create an array. So you're going to create your own array for the problem below by moving the circles. So again, you're going to click and drag those circles to model 3 times 4. So what would that look like? All right, number 6. Okay, so you're going to circle the answer with the oval. You may use the extra space to solve using shapes or drawing equal groups or arrays. So you can draw this out if you want to. You don't have to. Kennette had 5 plates of cookies. She put 6 cookies on each plate. So how many cookies does she have all together? So you'll take this circle and you'll put it right over which one of those answers makes that a true statement. Okay, and number 7, you're going to use these numbers here to complete these fact families. So what times 3 equals 6? We would find what's going to fit there. We're going to click and drag that right to the box. And you'll just go through and do the same thing for the rest of the problems. All right, number 8. Move the numbers to the squares to create a division equation. So we've got to make this make sense using these numbers over here. So the story problem is Mateo was passing out 35 cards to himself and 4 other friends. How many cards will they each get in their pile? So we're going to make that a true division statement. All right, and number 9, equivalent fractions. So that's that fancy word for equal. So equivalent fractions are fractions that are equal. Move the numbers here to complete the fractions. We've got to make them equal. And you got some visuals over here to help you, which is great. So 1/3 is equal to how many sixths? So remember, if we look, we have 1/3 and then how many sixths sit right on top of that third. And when you think you have that answer, you'll click and drag the numbers up here to match the numbers down here off to the side. All right, and your last slide, Then you are going to move the circles to show the number that would make sense as the denominator for the fractions given. So you get some choice. So if we look at number 1, we have 1/3, and our symbol says it's greater than 1 what? So it's either greater than 1/2, or is it greater than 1/4? So we'll use the circles and we'll decide if it's greater than 1/4, then you'll put the circle over the 4. If it's greater than 1/2, you'll put the circle over the 2. So you don't need to do anything with putting numbers in these boxes. You've just got to circle the right answer. Okay, and then of course, once you're all done, the slides, since it's your own copy, will save all of the work that you've done. So then you can go ahead and just hit share and share it with your teacher so they can look over and check your work.